Let's say regular.
Yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai ya da dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai ya da dai. The words are easy. Let's try that melody one more time. It goes like this. Yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai ya da dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai ya da dai. Part two's like this. Yai dai da dai dai dai. Yai, 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 da, dai, 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 yai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, da, dai, 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 yai, dai, yai, dai, dai, yai, dai, da, dai, dai, yai, dai, da, dai. Yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai ya da dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai ya da dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai da dai dai dai, yai 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 dai dai dai, dai da dai dai dai. Yai dai yai dai 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 yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai yai dai 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 dai, dai da dai dai dai, yai dai yai dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai dai dai, yai dai yai dai dai.
Let's keep welcoming one another and welcoming in the Shabbat Messengers of Peace with Shalom Aleichem on page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Ashari, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lochem l'shalom, Malachi HaShalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malachi Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachi HaShalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malachi Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeichem l'shalom, Malachi HaShalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malachi Amlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope it's been a good time with family and friends around the table. It's good to come back together each Shabbat, especially this week as we've learned of more violence in our country and in Israel. Take this time to hopefully focus on peace and focus on blessing
as we come together to welcome Shabbat. We're going to light our Shabbat candles on pages 2 and 3, and it's an honor to invite Linda Holliner to bless our candles this evening. Say the blessing first.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotov v'tzivanu ladlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Turn to page 22. As the Shabbat, we get an extra dose of gratitude, and we're going to, as we sing Psalms in the beginning part of our service, we're going to add the words of Psalm 92. You can also find these words in English on your supplement. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, it is good to give thanks to God. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. On this the day of days, my lips shall sing your praise, for I know that you'll always be here surrounding me. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. My spirit takes release. I close my eyes in peace, and from my soul heard far above springs a song of love. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. I wish to understand the wonders of your hand, for all the blessings that are mine rise from your design. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. We'll turn back just one page to page 20 as we celebrate the gift of Shabbat each week. We welcome in the Shabbat bride with Lecha Dodi,
verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And on that last verse, you're welcome to rise and face our doors as we bring in Shabbat.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Yekabela Shamor v'Zachor V'dibor echad Tishmiyanu El HaMeichad Adonai echad U'shemo echad L'shem u'tiferet Ve'litila lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Yekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'necha ki bekor haberacha v'rosh mikedem nesucha sof maseh v'machshavat chila lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Yekabela Itoreri Ibaore Umiori Uri Shir daber Kevod Adonai Alayich Bigla lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Yekabela Oy v'shalom ateret ala gam besimcha uvetzola toch emunei am segula Oy chala lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Yekabela. We'll remain standing and turn to page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish, which will bring us into our call to prayer. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabba be'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayid echol beit Yisrael bagala uv'izman kariv v'yimeru amen Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olamo me'amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalal shemei kudsha brichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'yimeru amen. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed.
And let's join together on page 30 in the English, our blessing for creation. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Page 34, we join in Shema.
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. We'll continue on page 36, chanting in the Hebrew of Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech u'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'od al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem emet. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. We link those words of Torah with words from Exodus, page 40, as we sing our Song of the Sea. Let's keep going down.
Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai la lai lai la 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 lai. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha netar b'kodesh. Nora tehilo dosefele, Nora tehilo dosefele. Malechutecha uvanecha, bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'elianu ve'ameru, Ze'elianu ve'ameru. Adonai
Yai la lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. V'namar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimanu. Baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Israel. Continue on page 42 with our prayer for a peaceful evening ahead and restful day tomorrow.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Lord, Tzedekenu, Uvoenu, Lechaim u'Shalom, Me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. V'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Continue on page 44 as we celebrate the covenant of Shabbat between us and God. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי nafesh. We rise at this time for our tefillah, also known as the Amidah, our standing prayer, page 46. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevli Geula Livnei V'Nehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim verofech cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar. Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memid umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. And let's read our blessing for gratitude out loud together on page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. We'll take a few moments to continue silently adding the prayers from our hearts, and when you're ready, feel free to be seated. We had the opportunity to join together in prayer and thanksgiving with the Westwood Interfaith community this past Monday. And in that creative service, Rabbi Karen and I offered the song on the back of your song sheet called Honest Songs by Noah Gunderson, which just kind of felt right for the Thanksgiving season. As we gather around the table to say a prayer for those we love, all the words that will be spoken, they will never be enough. to encompass all the feelings that our brittle hearts can bear. All the storms that rage inside us fill our organs up with air, and the sound that it makes is an honest song. Our hearts sing an honest song. All the time spent catching raindrops, all the times we spent in bed, all the hours we have wasted, we will never see again. So be good with what you're given, for it's all you have to give. We are only passing shadows in a mighty wind, and the sound that it makes is an honest song. Our hearts sing an honest song. So though I tremble in the darkness, of the cold and frozen snow, I am grateful for the winter comes to show that our work is never over, and our work is never done. But with the turning of the seasons, we will always see the sun, and the sound that it makes is an honest song. Our hearts sing an honest song. Let our hearts sing an honest song.
We're going to turn now to page 253 as we take this moment to pray for loved ones who are ill at this time. We especially pray for these members of our temple community: Colin Monroe, Enrico Mascaro, Benjamin Horowitz, Bradley Dichter, Mateo Goldman, Toby Weiner, Esya Rushavskaya, Eileen Arnone, Jean Sands, Roseanne Cohen, Tom Fiorino, Carolyn Weil, Stephen Driscoll, Jerry Spingarn, Caroline Spingarn, Beth Gottlieb, Kirby Druffel, Gloria Weller, Carol Kotler, Myrna Offen, Arnold Offen, Daniel, son of Elizabeth, and Joseph Sands. If there are other names you're thinking of, you may share them out loud.
Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. A little over a month ago, I was standing in our temple sukkah with a group of Hebrew school students, teaching them about the holiday of Sukkot. I have to say, I think it was the Tuesday Hebrew students, not the Wednesday, so you might not remember this. One of the 5th grade students raised her hand and, half commenting, half questioning, said, "So Sukkot is the original Thanksgiving?" In good rabbinic fashion, I responded to all of them, "What do you all think?" And the kids easily made up connections between the two holidays of Sukkot and Thanksgiving. Of course, here in New England, students seem to be pretty well versed in the history and customs of Thanksgiving, going back to its Puritan roots in neighboring Plymouth. I still remember my own field trip to Plymouth Rock when I was in elementary school here in Massachusetts. The Massachusetts Department of Education still includes in its required 3rd grade curriculum the exploration of the origins of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, the early leaders of the Puritans, their challenges, and their relationships with Native peoples who lived here. So have you studied this yet in 3rd grade? Yes. So this is good. That means the Medfield Public Schools are adhering to the Massachusetts Department of Education standards. Prior to our Hebrew school students asking this question, others have wondered about the possible connection between these two holidays. Clearly, they are both fall holidays of gratitude, but the connections may run even deeper. According to local professor of American Jewish history, Dr. Jonathan Sarna, during colonial times, the Puritans were versed in the Bible and influenced by the idea of thanking God for their bounty. Both Jews and Puritans fled religious persecution in Europe, seeking freedom in America. According to another historical source, Christian pilgrims fleeing persecution in England settled in Holland for some time in the early 17th century, among Sephardic Jewish neighbors who had fled Spain after 1492. It is possible that they observed Jews celebrating the holiday of Sukkot there. The first Thanksgiving in America in 1621 lasted 3 days outdoors, more similar to the multi-day observance of Sukkot compared to the current single-day holiday. And it included inviting local Native American tribes, similar to the Jewish custom of welcoming guests to the sukkah. Yet, Professor Sarna noted a significant difference. The Puritans did not believe in fixed holidays. If it was a good season, they would announce a Thanksgiving. But it's not like the Jewish holiday, which occurs every year on the 15th of Tishrei. They did not believe in that. There was even debate among early Christians in New England about issuing an annual proclamation of Thanksgiving, fearing that people might take God's gifts for granted. Jewish tradition, on the other hand, affirms blessing God in both good and bad times, in times of plenty and in times of lacking. Even during seasons of drought and storms, we continue to celebrate Sukkot. Not only do we have our yearly celebration of gratitude, Jewish tradition instructs us to say, as I often say on Sunday mornings, 100 blessings a day. This attitude of gratitude increases daily mindfulness to be thankful. Here in America, Thanksgiving did not become a fixed annual holiday until President Abraham Lincoln declared it as such in 1863. And the American holiday did not have a firm date until Congress established one in 1941, the 4th Thursday of every November. Whether or not the origins of the two holidays are related, Rabbi Elias Lieberman, leader of the Falmouth Jewish congregation in Massachusetts, observes, "Both of these splendid holidays encourage us to stop and acknowledge the manifold blessings of God that God bestows upon each of us every day. Whether we accomplish that stock-taking over a slice of Thanksgiving pumpkin pie or beneath the leafy branches of a sukkah roof, or both, we understand and embrace the impulse which inspired both our Pilgrim and our Israelite ancestors. I especially appreciate Rabbi Lieberman's acknowledgement of celebrating both of these holidays. For Jews, Thanksgiving especially gives us the opportunity each year to comfortably feel both Jewish and American. We celebrate alongside our neighbors and join together in this wonderful American tradition. I admit, in addition to loving the sweet and savory smells of Thanksgiving, I enjoy waking up and watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I imagine all of us hold a treasury of fond Thanksgiving memories and customs within the generations of our own families. As Jews, we are certainly not new to being keepers of tradition. Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof made sure that we understood this. We are experts in retelling stories, passing on traditions, and creating new ones to adapt with the times. In conclusion, there's a poignant scene about this experience of passing on our traditions in this week's Torah portion, Toldot, which means generations. The parsha focuses on the middle and perhaps least known patriarch, Isaac. Rabbi Gunther Plaut notes, of the three patriarchs, Isaac's personality is the least clearly defined. He is primarily the bridge between Abraham and Jacob, the essential link in the chain of generations. Toldot begins with Rebekah conceiving and giving birth to their twins, Jacob and Esau. In between the tales of ongoing struggle between the two brothers, there is a scene about Isaac. At the time, there was a famine in the land, and Isaac set out to find food and water. The Torah says Isaac turned to digging anew the water wells that had been dug in the time of his father Abraham, which the Philistines had stopped up. By redigging those wells, Isaac was able to preserve his family and nurture the next generation. Author Peter Pitzel points out in his biblical commentary called Our Father's Wells, by repeating his father's acts, he takes those one-time events and transforms them into a model or paradigm. He thus inherits blessing himself, takes his place in the chain of history, and eventually finds ways, even imperfectly, to bless his children. As we continue to dig the ancient wells of both Jewish and American tradition, may we continue to preserve the best values that are embodied in these traditions and within each of us. Shabbat Shalom. I know a few of you have been starting your own thank you list, which is wonderful. So I would just say, we can all do that, thinking about the many things that we are thankful both on Thanksgiving and in Judaism every day. You can continue to celebrate Shabbat here at Temple Beth David or on Zoom at 9 a.m. with our Leilad Minyan tomorrow morning. And this week, after a quiet weekend, we will start back up with learning for our Shorashim students, for adults, a few different adult classes taking place. It's all in your weekly shofar. Next weekend, trivia night, an opportunity to socialize with other congregants. That's Saturday evening. And lots of Shabbat music coming up as well. We have quite a few Shabbat musical guests lined up in December, so check your weekly shofar, including cantor Louise Treitman from Beth David. We're going to move into our concluding prayers, and just want to thank Allison Miller, Jenny Bushinsky, and lots of helpers for greeting and ushering this evening. We do have some cookies on the way out, so chance to celebrate together. We'll turn now to page 282. Please rise for Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, Latei Gidula Liotzer Breshit, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We'll remain standing as our thoughts turn to memory of loved ones who are no longer with us. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We are especially remembering these loved ones who've passed away in recent weeks for the period of Shloshim. Deborah Booker, sister of Lucinda Davis and sister-in-law of Fred Davis, Richard Uzin, husband of Judy Uzin, stepfather of Dara Bordeaux, along with Matt Bordeaux, and grandfather of Julie and Jessica. David Johnson, brother-in-law of Linda and Tim Holliner, uncle of Sharon and Diana. We are remembering those who've lost their lives due to acts of violence this week. We are also remembering these loved ones whose yahrzeit occur on this Shabbat. Charles Atkins, Miriam Atkins, Susan Barkin, Phyllis Beal, Anna Bloom, Greta Brunkessler, Lawrence Kaplan, Gussie Fishman, Kurt Glazer, George Holliner, Sarah Lieber, Ida D. Marks, Barbara Popper, Bess Raskin, Ann Schwartz, Stanley Shapiro, Das Wellens. If there are others you are remembering, you may share their names. Turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. We're going to join in the blessings of Kiddush and Motzi, and then we'll conclude together. You can find the words on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei Beri Hagafen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kitshanu B'mitzvotav V'ratzavanu V'shabbat Kodsho Be'ahava Uvratzon Hinchilanu Zikaron Lemase V'reishit Ki hu Yom Techila L'mikrae Kodesh Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim Ki vanu v'acharta V'otanu kidashta Mikol hamim V'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. And this is good. We've got a few folks here who have not yet become bar bat mitzvah, so that means you get to come help with motzi. Come on up. Here we go. Well, again, good to count and notice all of our blessings, including especially good food this week. And we have our blessing of challah, so let's join together. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Hamotzi Lachem Min Haaretz Shabbat Shalom. We'll bring the rest outside.
It's good to have my mom, Joanne, here and my niece, Shosha, here visiting for Thanksgiving. That's really special. And Shabbat.
Yes.
Oh, and Itai and Yona. It's good to welcome them back, too.
Actually, you guys haven't been here since their B'nai Mitzvah, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So,
3 years
welcome
ago.
back to the sanctuary.
This week. We're going to end with Adon Olam on page 321. Again, maybe kind of a seasonal melody. We'll see. Kind of feels like it. Adon Olam Asher Malach Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'en Asa Bechefso Kol Zay Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'hu Yeh B'tifaram Ve'hu Echad Ve'en Sheni Hamshilo Le'achbira Beli Reshit Beli Tachlit Velo Ha'oz Ve'ha'misra Ve'hu Eli Ve'chai Go'ali Sur Chevli Be'et Sarah. Behunisi humanosli menat kosi beyom ekra beyado afkin ruchi betishan me'ayira be'im ruchi geviati Adonai li velo ira.
Shabbat Shalom. That was Micah's choice. Good thing. Well, Gary Kaplan will be very sad to miss that, you know?
Home watching.
You
in
think?
Gorge Under, yeah.
You think so? Yeah.